and welcome back to In the Dugout FM. I'm Millers, and you join me as I am hired as the Curzon Ashton manager in our journey all the way to the Champions League, from Sunday League to Champions League. As promised, I've taken a job as close as is physically possible to me, in the lowest level as is physically possible to me in the game. All right, and I now manage the Nash. We're in the Vanarama North, which, by the way, most definitely isn't North. I mean, there's teams in East Anglia in there, so I've no idea what that's about, by the way. But I've taken the job as close to home as we can. This is approximately 30 minutes from my house, and therefore manageable as long as I get myself a car. So we'll get a car, and I can get there and back. Fingers crossed it will work out well for me. Eyebrows have been raised, which is strange because I've probably got the prerequisite qualifications to do the job. But nonetheless, here we go. Wayne's welcoming me, so that's going to be. We're going to discuss the vision. We're going to go through all of that. The stadium down there, the Tameside Stadium, is 4,000 capacity. We've got no money to spend. Just under $4,000 a week to spend on wages, which actually doesn't sound too bad. For the level, I don't think it doesn't sound horrendous. That's for sure. They're looking to build on a mid-table finish last season. They're looking to enter the FA Cup the FA Cup at the second qualifying round, and the same for the FA Trophy. So let's see what we can do. My assistant for the time being is Mark Bradshaw. That might change. I will look to try and put my own staff in place, and fingers crossed, I'd like for them to come with me. But we'll see how that maps out. It's given me a report of the best 11 so far, which is good of it. So we'll have a look at those people as we go through. Yeah, Mr. Spencer seems to be the man. He's our top earner. He's our number 9. He's our top goal scorer. So I'm looking forward to having a look at him. What have we got here in terms of objectives then? So we have to strive to make progress on and off the pitch. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Work within the wage budget. Yeah, get that. Grow the club's reputation. Fine. End of the current season, they want a mid-table finish. They want us to be competitive in the FA Cup, competitive in the FA Trophy, and that's about it. They've given me a 1-year deal. So that's what we need to do in order to keep our job, really. And that would be ideal in the first season. I don't really want to lose my job in the first instance if I can avoid it. If we can do something decent with the Nash, then fingers crossed we can kick on from there. So, provide you with some details. Yeah, understand. The supporters want us to record a top half finish. That's fair. So the supporters on the board are aligned. That's fine. Will I do a press conference? Yes. Do I want an inter-squad friendly? No. And every month for the backroom staff. That's fine. Okie dokie, that's absolutely fine. Right, so we've got 1,000,001 leagues loaded for this in order to make sure the save works. So it's going to be very slow for me. That isn't something that has to bother you, but it will take me a bloody long time to get through this. But nonetheless, hopefully we'll have some fun in doing that. Okay, I'm going to go away and start to have a quick look at the squad, look at a tactic to build. And I will come back and show you exactly how we've set up in terms of the team, me as a manager, and our plans as we move forwards. Okay, welcome back. So, as promised, we are currently sat here as a National B licence with a Sunday League football reputation. I didn't get paid to play, so I didn't feel it was fair to put semi-pro. I played at a reasonable level, like I've said, but it wasn't. I didn't get paid. I didn't get any brown envelopes. So I've gone with the base level, and that's the correct license for me. So you can see what that gives me. I've used that in terms of working with youngsters because I think that's the best way to probably try and develop down here and build up. I've taken all of my stats off goalkeeping, put them into a little bit of a mix and max between attacking, defending and fitness. And again, focused on youngsters in terms of our mentals, as well as motivation and people management. So that's where we are. I'm on 275 buff a week, so I can just about cover my car, and I can probably get to and from training, and those kinds of things. So I'm just about all right. we'll get through as it stands. We've got a year to try and make this work. Let's hope we can. All right. So let's go and have a look at the squad then. As you would probably appreciate, it's not massive. This is what we've got right now. Not really worth a huge amount of money as you would expect. So quite a small squad. That's fine. We don't have a lot to work with. I am going to have to do a little bit of chopping and changing in order to try and bring in probably some trialists to try and get something done. The scouts are quite keen on Devon here. Quite a young lad, centre half. All right, decent physicals, which is what you need at this level. He'll be playing as a no-nonsense centre half for me. They're also quite keen on young Harry developing through the system. Not bad. Good mentals, reasonable technicals, and reasonable physicals. So again, we'll take that. I know all of you are keen to have a look at Jimmy Spencer. So if we just quickly whack it on him, that's why he earns the most in the squad. Clearly the standout player for us. That's great, and someone we can aim for as a target forward. So that's the way he's going to play. And he's a star in the prime of his years, but playing at Curzon Ashton. So we're grateful to have him. That's how we're going to line up. So I'm looking to try and cram the midfield and then filter everybody inside. Ordinarily, I do like to try and play an attacking midfielder, but we don't have the players for it. So I'm going to go for a 4-5-1 with the view to try and connect the midfield using that Corello there in Barton. So hopefully he will start to flow in and around these areas, connect the no-nonsense with our ball-playing midfielder and with our ball-winning midfielder, and create the attack through there. And that way our wing-backs can kick on, because we've got some decent wing-backs in Richards and Hayhurst. They can move forwards, get the overlaps done, and hit early crosses to try and find Spencer, and then we can all play off him. That's the aim. That's what we're going to try and achieve anyway. Whether it pans out that way, we'll wait and see. Our first game in the conference is at Darlington, who I will admit are in the north. That's fine, although very, very far north. So we will come back for that. My plan is to get some transfers done, bring in some players on trial, see what we can try and scrape around for free. We've got 4 friendlies pre-arranged, so we'll get those done. From a finances perspective, we've not got a lot of money in the budget to play with, so whatever we do will probably send us over budget, but we know that next season we're going to get a little bit more, so we'll see what we can do in terms of using that. We had 2 assistant managers for whatever reason. One of them was Bobbins, so I've let him go. Our goalkeeper coach had 3 for goalkeeper coaching. I've let him go. And I've got adverts out for all of those. I've got an advert out for a head physio, and I've got an advert out for a director of football and a chief scout, primarily because what I would like to try and do is use those people to recommend players for me. I'm not going to go and use my knowledge of players in the scouting system myself. I'm going to try and do this as properly as I can, get recommendations for people that I bring in terms of my staff, get a good staff around me that we can try and bring with us, and hopefully make this as real as we can possibly make it. So that's us with Curzon Ashton. The next time you see us, we will have done all of the transfers and we will have worked through our friendlies, so we'll be ready to kick on and have our first game. Hello and welcome back. As you can see, we've gone from light to dark, so it's been quite a lengthy pre-season despite it only being 4 games. Luckily, I'm still wearing the hat, so you're not getting the shine off the Swede, as that would be problematic for you lot. This is my 3rd time recording this, by the way. 3rd time. First time, no microphone. Brilliant. 2nd time, couldn't get my words out for love nor money. 3rd time, random music starts playing in the background on my desktop. So, fingers crossed, we'll get this one done, and hopefully we can box it off here. So, pre-season then, we got beat first game, Oldham at home, again National League team. So I'm not too concerned with that. We scored 2 goals. It was a close affair, so I'll take that. And then the rest of the games, Monmouth, Chasetown, and Belper, we scored a lot of goals and kept 2 clean sheets. The problem with that is, in those teams, there were a lot of lads on trial, and they've performed very, very well, but we can't afford to sign any of them. If we just have a quick look, You've got down here Cliff Mayo, Joseph, so good they named him twice, Will Dowling, Danny Rowe, Alex Bray, Josh Hines and Jai Tucker. They're all trialists. And they featured Max Thompson, trialist. They featured quite heavily because of the fact that they're very, very good. If I just have a very quick look, we'll show you Max Thompson, who I just simply can't afford. Very good, very, very good. Only a baby as well, but can we afford him? Absolutely not. We're committed already to basically nearly $1,000 more than we should be committed to. That's with offering contracts to a couple of the lads who are on trial, but we just cannot afford to bring in any more. We've had some great trialists in, the Sohana brothers, so we've had Harrison and we've had Miles, they've been superb. Can't afford them. Michael Egbula, superb. Cliff Mayo, superb. We brought in an experienced keeper in Jake Cole, very, very good. All this through my one director of football that I managed to recruit, but we just can't afford them. So we're going to be going into the season as it stands with no signings, the exact same squad that we started it with. And if you look at that, yes, the previous manager signed 4, but none of them are mine. So I'm a bit disappointed. I'm on the struggle bus already. I'm on the struggle bus when it comes to recruiting staff. Like I said, luckily my director of football has helped me out with some scouting recommendations, because without him, we'd have been playing pre-season without anybody in there. So we travel up to Darlington. That's our next game. That's the first game of the season in the Vanarama National League North, which isn't North. As we look at that, let's have a look where we're predicted to finish in the season preview. 21st, right? Okay, and the board want a mid-table finish. So we've got our work cut out. Is what I'm learning from this save, and we've got our work cut out early. But on the flip side, if we can do something here and get us to a point where we're competing mid-table, maybe we get picked up. And if we don't get picked up, maybe we get an extra badge. If we get an extra badge, it moves us up to National A. That'd be nice, and puts us in contention maybe for a more professional job. No offence to the Nash, but ultimately that's what this is about, isn't it? So, right. So I'm going to leave you there. Thank you very much for watching. If you have, if you could like the video, that'd really help me out. Algorithm things. Feel free to subscribe if you want to come on the journey with us. I'm going to be back with you to show you the Darlington game, and at which point we'll do a live com there, and then we will kick on, and that'll be in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.